So my topic of the week, I came across the news for the Nigerian president, Mr. Buhari, who needed medical attention and had to head over to, London, UK, London, for the medical attention. So, and the rest of the country is up in arm because they feel that why is he going to London for medical treatment? Isn't the medical facilities in Nigeria good enough? And if it's not good enough, why isn't he attending to it?
Yeah.
So it's a quite a controversial topic because it's not just in Nigeria. Most African countries do that. I remember the late Mugabe. Whenever you get sick,
I was about to say,
you head over to China.
Yep.
And I know there is Paul Biya of Cameroon.
Yeah.
He'll head over to France for medical treatment. So yeah, the people really are upset about this one here, essentially, saying that, isn't the local medical facilities good enough and what can be done? And moreover, it's so sad because, even when you look at Nigerian doctors as well, there's a number of about 8,178 medical doctors that are working in the UK right now. So that's wasted of resources that could potentially have been in Nigeria. You know what I mean? But what's sad is that why would the president leave and have medical treatment there?
Elsewhere.
Yeah. But then again, I'm proud of a story of our late President Nelson Mandela.
Yeah.
Man, for me, that touched me because he believed in the medical facilities within South Africa. I believe it was at Netcare. Was it Mediclinic? I don't know. But anyway,
One of them.
a local hospital
Yeah.
in South Africa,
Oh, yes. I can't remember let me not dish out wrong facts.
Yeah.
So I don't know which hospital it was, but he did go to one of the locals. And I've watched actually something on Netflix touching on exactly that. That African doctors are actually overqualified.
Yeah.
Interesting, right? And
Overqualified.
overqualified.
My
Like
gosh.
especially particularly Nigerian doctors. Actually, if you look at the stats across the world, there's a lot of Nigerian doctors across, just not only in the UK, even in the US.
Oh yeah. In the US, sorry, one small little stat. In the US, it says among the ethnic groups with the most PhDs in the USA, Nigerians. They lead that.
That's why I was actually referring to overqualified as well. And even there was even a stand-up of a guy who actually acknowledged that. He's like, listen, Nigerians, when it comes to being overqualified, like in anything that they do, you can have a Nigerian DJ, he has a PhD, he has a master's, he has do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So education, even Zimbabwe is one of the countries that has a really good education system.
Nice.
Like you look at the O-levels, A-levels, they breed quite good professionals. So Africa in general, we do have the resources, but our resources flee our country to go to other countries, which is quite something that we need to look into. Because if the president is leaving his own country to go elsewhere, what message is he sending to his people? Indirectly, he doesn't have to say it. He's sending a message indirectly.
My country is not good enough.
Yeah.
For me, that's what it means.
Yeah,
My country
indirectly,
is not good enough.
indirectly saying no.
And whose fault is it?
Exactly. If we're not going to be able to get our hands dirty to ensure that the medical facilities for our countries are good, who else will? It just doesn't make sense.
Ginger?
Yeah, I mean, look, I think I saw something like that and I was like laughing, but I actually didn't realize the seriousness of it because I just saw that, Nigerians in the UK were actually at the embassy, I think.
Yes.
I'm not sure.
Yes.
And they were saying, they were like demanding him to go back home.
Yes.
And I'm like,
yes.
ha ha ha. But then when you actually look at it, it's like, yeah, why are you there? Why are you there? I'm to echo what you guys have been saying. What are you saying about your medical system and your healthcare system back home in Nigeria? What are you doing to better it? If you're running away from it, clearly you're not doing enough. And that's the sad reality of a lot of our African leaders.
Yeah.
Is that they're not doing enough in their countries, and they flee to other countries to get what is lacking in the country
yes.
they're supposed to be running.
To be running and
bettering.
ruling and bettering, because
Exactly.
that's why you are elected for. I mean, here's another sad story. There is, I think, Congo Brazzaville, right? Denis Sassou Nguesso, who got elected by a landslide, what you call it, 88%, I do believe. The guy who was part of the opposition, I think a few days before the elections actually happened, the guy got sick.
Yeah.
Yes, the guy got sick, and the guy immediately, guess what he did? This is not even complicated. What did he do? What do you think he did immediately after he got sick?
He just flee and went to another country.
Yes.
Yeah.
The guy took a flight to France to seek medical treatment, and guess what? Sadly,
He died.
on the flight.
Oh, he could have prevented that in his own country.
Right.
He died on the flight.
But and it's I think of and it's very recent. Somebody in Zimbabwe, when you mentioned Robert Mugabe being one of the presidents who sorts out healthcare over abroad. In Zimbabwe, there's actually somebody who is diabetic, and he's always had to source his medication from South Africa.
Right.
And with the lockdown, he didn't have access to that to getting it from South Africa.
Yeah.
And so he was like, you know what? Let me see where I can get insulin in Zimbabwe.
Mm.
And sadly, he passed on because they don't even have
No insulin in the country.
no insulin.
Jesus.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's an artist, so he had the resources to go to different places in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yo,
I think lockdown has really brought in a lot of it has amplified a lot of inadequacies in our own micro environment, be it in your own house or be it in your own country, is that we are not self-sufficient enough.
Yeah.
I mean, self-sufficiency starts in your own little space, and then it blows up into the rest of the continent. I mean, I would have imagined Buhari at least coming to South Africa. I mean, that is still a little bit more acceptable.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't know, man. It's just it for me it hurts, because what does that do? It takes complete confidence out of my vote.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Look, it doesn't make sense to me personally, because Africa, I think, holds the most brilliant minds. Like you said, in Nigeria, but also just in a lot of places, technical, health, a lot of industries. Africa actually has a lot of brilliant minds.
No, absolutely.
And so it's like, where's the problem? What is not happening that can be changed? What is the solution to this problem?
The simple thing is media. Sounds small, but it's media. If I
Media or medium?
media.
Okay.
So if I feed you a certain image, not even media only, social media as well. If I flash something, they say repetition is the father of learning. So if I put something more and more and more in your face, you will start to actually believe in that. For instance, if I had to flash out and say, listen, South Africa has the highest xenophobia rate, automatically that's what people will think, which is what's happening now.
Yeah.
But in actual reality, we don't experience that in the rate of which they portray it to be. So it's exactly that. We have brilliant minds. If you go to every other country outside Africa, we're there. China, we're there. We're teaching English in China. Wherever we're there. USA, we're there. France, we're there.
Yeah.
Everywhere. And even in our own African countries, there is the skill. I always find it quite fascinating to say, when they say there's lack of skill in this, why are we not nurturing that skill? Why are we not including that in our education system? We can learn a lot from countries like China, that from birth they knew there's a shortage of something. They start introducing that in the education system to bridge the gap. So
I mean, for me, if I come back to the story, what is it in Nigeria that is lacking? What is lacking from a medical point of view, and I'm talking not for everyday person, but I'm talking, it's so lacking that it makes a president leave his own country. What is it that is lacking? Is it? I don't know.
Is it?
Maybe perhaps is the infrastructure
Is it the infrastructure?
Pretty much could be the infrastructure.
But what infrastructure is that? Because when you look at the medical equipment, the world is so advanced that everything is pretty much generic right now. You know, whatever that you're getting, whichever the providers, you can get it from another providers. So what is lacking? What is it that make a man want to leave his own country?
It's a very complex issue. But at the same token, even if I bring it home in essay, if you look at when COVID was at its peak, we have the facilities, we have the doctors, but then what tends to happen is that the infrastructure that we have doesn't support what we're facing.
But this is one man.
Thank you. I was about to come to that. So like in this, what he's indirectly saying is I don't trust my medical system.
Yeah.
In a nutshell, that's pretty much in a bigger, larger scale or picture, the way you want to look at it, is that he doesn't trust it. Indirectly, that's what he's saying. Because it goes to say, if I want to work for the best company, I'm gonna apply to the best company. I want my kids to go to the best school, I'll apply to the best schools. I want best medical treatment, I'll apply for the best medical.
So your best medical facility is just not
outside.
good enough.
Yeah, it's outside your
It's
country.
basically what he said.
Yeah, in a nutshell.
So whose fault is it?
And what's part you're a president who's supposed to medicate? Sorry, what's the word? School. English bundles are finished.
And the English bundles is done with.
Mitigate. Yeah, mitigate. You know, that from happening.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be in the forefront. And if people start seeing that as a leader, you know, presidents are supposed to be the alpha. If you follow the wolves, you will see that they have an alpha, and the alpha leads, and the rest of the herd follows. So if our leader is doing that, guess what? People will think, oh, flip, I need to fly there for better treatment.
Yeah.
I need to migrate to that place for better medical assistance.
Yeah.
That's what he's basically, you know, leaving a trail of indirectly.
Correct.
Because even in South Africa, people are like, yo, I'd rather die than go to a public hospital.
Thank you. You brought it back home.
Yeah.
Which of us in this room would want to go to a public? And the funny part is, you can say there's many cases of people who have survived there.
Yeah.
But it's the stigma that's out there.
Yeah.
Right? That we do not even want to take the risk of going there.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Exactly that.
So you guys who are in Nigeria right now, I wonder what you think of this particular topic. Please contribute to it. We essentially are looking from the outside in. You guys potentially have the inside out. So please let us know, what do you think? That's me for the week, guys.